Hi guys, hey, this is Dave Pierce, the Wilderness Gear Guy. I'm going to show you how you can build a tow strap that will allow you to hook up to your gear sled or your Pulk and allow you to pull gear in backpacking for winter camping, or to pull your gear sled out on the ice, tow firewood into your cabin or your yurt. It's just a really handy piece of equipment to have. So I'll show you how to make that. We're going to incorporate some bungee in it so that it'll take up some of the slack as you start to pull and take a little bit of the pressure off your back. So I'll show you what materials you need. I'll show you how to make it. Let's get going. Let's build this thing. So I've listed the items that you'll need in the comments section so you know where to get these materials, but I'm just going to go through them with you so you can see what they look like. So to make this strap, you're going to need 112 inches of this black tubular webbing. You're going to need two 36-inch sections. This is blue. You can use black, you can make it red, you can use whatever color you want, but two 36-inch sections. You need 4 of these 12KN carabiners, wire gate carabiners. This is 6 feet of 1/4-inch shock cord, and I've tripled it back and fastened it with hog rings. I'll show you how to do that. Some of the tools that you'll need: I've got some blue thread and I've got some black thread here in my sewing awl. Need scissors, need some monofilament to help pull the shock cord through the tubular webbing, and need a lighter to help sear the ends of the tubular webbing to seal those off, marker, and some painter's tape or some removable paint tape so that you can mark where to pull that webbing up to on the shock cord, and a tape measure. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so this next series of photos that you're going to see is going to just walk you through step by step of how to assemble the shock cord, how to triple it over, and how to fasten the ends with this staple so that you can secure the ends and allow you to pull that up into your tubular webbing and secure it there. So I'll walk you through it step by step. Okay, for the next step, we're going to need double the amount of filament as we have webbing. Okay, I'm going to give myself an extra few feet. Grab the scissors. Okay, I'm going to show you how to sew this bar tack that you use to sew all of your webbing together And this is the same stitch that we're going to use to secure the shock cord in place. So right now I have this little piece of shock cord that I created for demonstration purposes that I showed you earlier. I've got it pulled into this tubular webbing up to here. So I'm going to show you how to do this saddle stitch. This is the stitch you're going to use for all of the sewing you're going to do on this thing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center of that loop in the shock cord, push mine all through, and then I'm going to grab this thread, the loose end, the free end, I'm going to pull it through and then grab a little bit extra. Now I pull it back and I reach up to the top end here and I just push my all through the webbing up at the top end. I'm missing the shock cord each time. Now as I pull this all back through, you're going to see a loop form. On your sewing awl, there's a side that has a groove in it and there's a side that's smooth. The loop should be forming on the smooth side, and I'm going to take my free end of my thread, I'm going to go back up through, and I'm going to pull it snug and then pull that knot into the center that I just formed. Okay, so then after I've done that, I'm going to go back to the center and I'm going to go through the center, missing my shock cord. I don't want to hit my shock cord. And as I push it through, I'm going to start pulling it back. I'm going to form a loop. I'm going to take my free end of my thread through, hang on to it, and then pull that knot back into the tubular webbing. So now the knot's not up here, it's not on this side, it's in the center. And you can see that stitch starting to form there. Now I'm going to go to the bottom end and I'm going to go through my webbing, poke through, pull back. Let's make sure you can see that. And then I'm going to shove my free end of my thread through, trying to keep my hands out of the way. This is challenging. Pull my thread through, pull it back, and now I just repeat. So I'm going to just repeat that same pattern 4 or 5 times, going from the center to the top, back to the center, to the bottom, back to the center, to the top, back to the center, to the bottom. Just repeat that, and then when you're done, you just clip your threads, and that's a saddle stitch. It's a locking stitch, and it will make sure that shock cord is secure inside of your tubular webbing. That's how you're going to sew the top of the shock cord into the webbing, as well as after you scrunch up all of your webbing, that's how you're going to secure it on the bottom as well. Alright, now you should have secured your bungee into your tubular webbing at both ends. So here's on the top end, it's stitched in there securely, and then we're fastened on the other end. So now this bungee will stretch, and when it hits the limit of its stretch, the tubular webbing takes up the slack. So we're ready to pull the monofilament out of the center. So now what we're going to do is grab our scissors. We're going to grab our scissors and we're going to snip one side of that monofilament. And then I'm just basically going to pull. Okay, at this step we're going to take this black webbing and we're going to fold over about 1 inch of it. And then we are going to take your blue webbing, put it on here, and we're going to fold this over that blue webbing with the inch folded over. Push it back up till that's nice and snug. This doesn't matter if it slides around right now, but what I want to see is that I want to see 1 inch with fold over and then this wrapping around, and then I'm going to stitch this in 3 places, just bar tack it with saddle stitch, and then I'll stitch this coming up this way. So once again, that's 1 inch fold over, fold this over top of your webbing here, the blue in this case, and then fix it in place until you can sew it.